Hi YouTube, it's Mal, RNY's Journey, aka Molly. I just got a text message, so I got distracted. I'm sorry. I have to say that I've started this video probably about 4 times now, and haven't liked a single one of them. And I think it's just like I'm getting like this internal like anxiety feeling because I haven't been on for like 3 months. Like, where have I been and what is wrong with me? Because I love you all and I love this community, and I've been still watching everybody and commenting when I can. And what is wrong with me? I don't know. So, start out the way we always start out. Today's March 24th. So, my week 66. So, I am like a year and 3 months out from surgery of RNY that I had on December 18th, 2015, with a Dr. Graber's office in Utica, New York. My starting weight was 273. My surgery weight was 256. My goal weight was 159, which I met at week 41. The one I came into you last, that was 161.2. My current weight is 165.8. So I have technically gained 4.6 pounds in the last 3 months. Lost since surgery, 90.2. Total loss, 107.2. And lost since last year is 37.6 pounds. So, with all that, at this point, my body is like jumping around like the 160s. So, which one I'm on the lower end of the 160s, I'm fine with. You know, my healthy BMI is 159. So the lower end of the 160s, I'm just like above a healthy BMI, and I'm happy with that. But then I want to say in the past couple weeks, I've been hanging out more 165 plus. I haven't hit 170, but I've been up to like 168. I think it's the highest I've seen. I don't know if I've seen 169. Can't remember right now. But, so I really need to get back on track when it comes to that stuff. And I think it's part of the reason why I really decided that I was going to make a video this week. I needed to put myself back out there. I needed to be honest of where I am in this process, in this journey, and time to buckle down. So, but I also want to apologize for the fact that I have disappeared for the past 3 months. I mean, we all, I guess, say the same excuses of, you know, stuff going on and busy with this and busy with that. But also for me, like, the longer I stay away, the longer I get anxious about coming back. And so then it's an internal kind of thing going on in my head, and I apologize. And like I said, I've been still watching all your videos, and commenting and as much as I can, and because I'm not willing to let you guys go, so I hope that you're not done with me quite yet. So the past 3 months, one, I started a second part-time job. I'm a counselor at a school during the week, and then I started a couple evenings at a private practice as well. So, and I live in a very, very small area, and the private practice that I got hired on with is kind of like one of the best places in the community. And so to put myself out there was one thing. Sorry about that, I had a student pop in. Anyway, it's a new job, part-time job, private practice, and as I was saying, in my area, this practice is like one of the best around, and I don't know if I would have put myself out there before. Like, if I would have had the confidence in myself to put myself out there. I was as more confident as I am now. I was beyond still stressed out and freaked out through the whole process, and like, whew. But I got through it, and they hired me on. And I have a very small caseload right now. Working on getting on more insurance panels and such. But it's a new adventure for me, a new professional adventure, a new adventure to help continue to grow within my profession. And I don't know if I would have particularly done it before. Like, I have the energy now to do it. Like, when I'm done with my work day here, to still be able to go work somewhere else for a few hours and and then still get home to my kids, my husband, and things, and still have energy for them. So it's great. It's great. So I'm pretty happy about that. So a few touches kind of on like this mental game. So being a little over a year out, there's been times, and I know this is completely messed up, but there's been times when I've been out and about and I've seen someone who is a bigger size or similar size to what I was before, and then it's ridiculous, and I'm a little embarrassed to say it on YouTube, but like, see them indulging in my old comfort foods, and not saying I don't indulge in those foods now, but it almost being jealous of like the fact that they can sit there and they can eat that and not get sick or not get uncomfortable, or I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's not that I'm like wanting that life back, but I think sometimes I get, food very much was a coping skill of mine, and that I can't use it the way that I used to sometimes irritates me and makes me jealous and makes me upset. But then I have to learn other ways to handle those things. And so that's that, because I very much like this life and this more healthier person than I did my old situation. So not that I didn't love her and love that life then, but this is the life that I've always wanted and the life that I want to keep. And then some days I come across where I just feel like I don't care. Like, I snack on this and I eat this and I might eat a cookie and I, munch all night long and just do all these crazy things, and my calorie intake is bananas, and at the end of the day I look at it, I'm like, holy crap. But in the moment I'm just like, I don't care, like whatever, snack, bored, snack, happy snack, snack, like, because obviously I can't sit down and just overly consume. But my thing is I end up like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and usually those little bits are not good little bits. So to try to offset some of that, mine is like my sweet tooth lately. Like, I just want everything sweet, like everything. And so I made some like Jello and fruit and stuff, and I'll do with like a couple dollops of Cool Whip just to kind of satisfy that. And it's so cold that I have to eat it slowly. And so to satisfy some of that sweet tooth thing, so I'm trying to put some things in place. I found this new like for yogurt covered raisins. It almost tastes very much like M&M's in a sense, and so because it has that sweet taste, which, yes, the carbs are high, it's fruit and sugar and all that stuff, but it's a better option than M&M's. So like, I'm trying to find different things to kind of offset some of that stuff, to get a control over it, because I think that is a part of the reason why I'm probably hanging out more between 164 and 169 instead of 159 and 164. Like, I would much rather be in that 5-pound range on the lower end than on the higher end. And sometimes when I'm having those days where I just don't care, I like almost lose the thought of why I did this. Like, are you willing to put 10, 20 pounds back on? Is that truly what you want? No, that's not what I want. What I wanted was to have a more healthier and active and happy life. That is what I wanted. And that's for the most part, what I have. So why am I just like allowing myself to justify these crazy old behaviors that I'm allowing back in? And if I continue to do that, I will lose what I have and go back to that unhappy, shut in, not active person. And that's not what I want. Not at all. Not at all. But some days I just can't remind myself of that because I'm just in a funk, or for some reason I think the taste of this is going to be better than the outcome. Like, something I'm working on. I can't become complacent. And with my eating, I mean, not exercise so much, I feel I do well in that area, but with my eating, I just go back to old ways. And it's probably because it's comfortable and it's what I'm used to, but like, no, that is not going to help me. In the long run, it's not going to help me. And so I need to get back to basics in most cases. So physically. So at this point, I run often. I enjoy running. I crave running. Like, I love running. I'm doing less than a 10-minute mile. Last night I was only able to do a half hour. and I did like I think it was like a 10 or 9-minute 12-second mile for a little over 3 miles. So anywhere between around somewhere in the 9-minute mile range. There has been a time where I did get like very like just into the 8-minute mile, like 8-minute, like 57-second mile or something, but I'm continuing to work on that. I'm signed up to do a Ragnar run in May, which is on the Canada side of the Niagara Falls, and it's a relay race amongst 12 members. You get 3 different lengths of the race, and y'all take turns. The most I'll run and the race runs for 24 hours, so you'll be running like all throughout the night and all throughout the day, your team as you take turns. The most I'll run in the evening, or like the whole day, is 19.7 miles, or the least of the legs are 10.4. So 19.7 would be between 3 legs, and the 10.4 would be between 3 legs. So I'm pretty excited about that, and even just being approached about that. Like, obviously I wouldn't have been approached a year ago. Like, obviously. So people who approached me and asked me to be a part of their team, I don't know anybody on this team with the exception of 2 people, so it's going to be kind of cool to kind of meet and spend some time with some other people who also enjoy running, because I don't have a lot of like a big running network because I haven't been a part of that before, so that'll be kind of cool. I signed up for the Boilermaker in Utica, New York, which is a big race around our area, and it's a 15K. So that's 9.3 miles. That's in July, and I really want to still do a half marathon in October, hopefully. So, in like working out is my thing. Like, it's what truly does help keep me on track. Like, if I don't have it, I get irritable and frustrated, and I just feel like I need it and I crave it. And lately there's been an issue. I live in an extremely small town, so we just have like this little small local community center that runs a gym. So the gym is small. We have a whole total of 4 treadmills, and lately 2 have been broken down. So 2 treadmills where people, if anybody knows the gym life, they know that that's probably a problem. It's definitely a problem. And so I went to the gym earlier this week, and no one was getting off of them. So I didn't even get to get a run in, which irritated me even more. And then last night I did go to the gym, was able to get on the treadmill, but now there's a new rule because there's only 2 treadmills, so you can only be on for a half hour at a time, which I get. So everybody can get a chance, and I get. But when you're trying to train for something, like, it's so frustrating. So I can't wait. I live in northern New York, so it's still cold. Like today it's like 35 degrees outside. So I cannot wait for the warmer weather so I can start running outside. So a couple weeks ago we did have this little small window where there was a day that it wasn't raining, it was warm out, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for a long run, and I ran 8.5 miles, and I ran for 5 miles straight without stopping. You heard me right? 5 miles straight without stopping for a breath. Like, I did that? Me? Molly? I was kind of proud of myself. So my miles were not as good as these like better 9-minute miles, but I did it anyway. So that was kind of impressive. So I can't wait till I can get outside and not have to fight for a treadmill. I can get my runs in and not have to worry about a time limit and just do what I like to do. So that's frustrating, but I'm getting by, and I'm not letting it stop me from going to the gym. Like, if the treadmills are taken up, then like the other day I did the row machine and I did the stair stepper instead. Got some cardio in. Left. I still try to make time for a couple nights a week to do strength training. I'm still kind of learning where I'm going to fit this stuff in with now my part-time job, but the gym is still a priority, and I've been doing my part-time job now for about 3-4 weeks, and even though I was doing that, I was still getting to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. Like, you gotta make your priorities and sticking to them, and working out is a huge priority for me, so that's how I roll. I got some sticking with the workout theme. So the app that I track all my exercise, my food in, just tracked my minutes for 2016. I haven't been to you guys since then. So I worked out for a total of 9,815 minutes in 2016. 10,000 minutes would be average a half hour a day. And I did 9,815 minutes of working out. Documented working out. So that's either weights, running, like planned walking, like not if I'm just like walking around or whatever, but these are like actually what I would document for actual workouts. So that's kind of cool. I like that. And lastly, so if you're a guy, you may or may not want to hear about this. I don't know. Who knows? Whatever floats your boat. If you don't, then see you later, and hopefully I'll see you sooner than later. Medically, so my cycle has been more often than not. So I either have it for a week, don't have it for a week, have it for a week, or I have it for a total of 2 weeks, and then I don't have it for 2 weeks, and so it's all out of whack. I actually went to my surgeon's office since I've seen you guys too, and so I asked them about it. They said it wasn't anything to do with them, and I have to go to my OB/GYN. So I did that, and I saw them like 6 months ago, and they put me on a higher dose of birth control, and it didn't work. Wasn't still controlling it, and I could tell like my hormones are out of whack. Like, if you see my face, breaking out all the time, like crazy amounts. And so they're having me do an ultrasound and blood work to check like my hormone levels and all this crazy stuff. And his theory for now, and I'll keep you guys updated if anybody else is having this issue, is that my body at 273 pounds was producing an X amount of hormones. And so what could be, maybe, is that it's still producing X amount of hormones. My body doesn't need that much. And so it's creating the uterus to have extra thick walls, and then when it gets to a certain point, it wants to shed. And so it's shedding more often because, my body's producing too much. So I have to get ultrasound and blood work done, and I see him in a couple weeks, and so I'll know more in detail about like what my situation is, because I've had polycystic ovaries. I've always had birth control, be able to control my periods. It's not anymore. So, I know some other people have had the same issue prior to surgery, so, and I don't know if you're having my issue now, but if I can share this information and help anybody along the way, then I will definitely do that. So that's what's going on there. So, lots of changes. Weights, mediocre. I could do about 5 pounds better and I'd be happy. Exercise is great. Training for some runs, which I'm really excited about. Mental game is probably more on the lower level. Really need to work on that. But I missed you guys, and this video is crazy extra long, so I will definitely let you go, and I hopefully will get back to you a lot sooner than I would, or that I did this past time, because 3 months is far too long, because I missed you and love you guys, and thank you. Thank you for being a support and being there for me and listening to me and dealing with my craziness. Love y'all.